what's up? It is Kat and welcome back to a Book Addicts Rehab. So a few videos ago I had asked for a few video ideas and someone had asked what books I'm currently reading for my classes, and so I decided to show you guys what books I am currently reading for the classes that I am taking this semester. So this semester I'm taking 3 English classes and a Spanish class. I am taking an intro into like the survey of British literature and like the medieval ages British literature, and then I am also taking a creative writing class, and then I'm also taking a literary or lit studies class as well, and then like I said I'm taking a Spanish class. And so with all of these 3 English classes I am definitely putting in a lot of workload. I'm a huge workload and I'm writing papers and I'm just reading a bunch for these classes, and so I might as well show you guys what books that we're currently reading in those classes. So the first book for my lit studies class is a book that a poetry book that you were able to choose as long as it was a poet who wasn't famous or you haven't heard of at all. Well, because I'm not huge into poetry, I really don't know any poet, but this one definitely stood out to me, and it is Night is a Sharkskin Drum, and this is by Haunani K. Trask. It is like all the poetry is based around the Hawaiian, like the native Hawaiians and the beauty of their culture, and then like this post-foreign empire, and it's absolutely amazing. So for the next book that I read for my lit studies class, it's an actual textbook this time, and it's really beaten up. I bought all of my books via Amazon and all of them were used, so it's like really beaten up, and that is An Introduction to Poetry. It's the 13th edition, and it's by X.J. Kennedy and Donna Gioia, something like that, because the thing is ripped, and so I really don't know. It's a textbook. Another book for our lit studies class that we are getting to is the mystery stories of the 19th century, and it's like the best of the mystery stories, and it's edited by Odo Penzler, and it pretty much has all of your big named like mystery writers like Edgar Allan Poe, Jack London, Edith Wharton, Mark Twain. So you pretty much, this is just a book made up of all of, it's like fiction, and so we are planning on actually getting into fiction in the next half of the semester and everything, and this was one of the required books. The next few books are also for lit studies. I think I bought, a majority of my books I bought are actually just for lit study, just because it's kind of like the entering into an English major class. And so we have Mark Twain's book Pudd'nhead Wilson, and I have no idea what this is about. Absolutely no idea. We were just told it's a required book. And then we have The Crying of Lot 49 by Thomas Pynchon, and once again I don't know what this book is about, just because it was a required book, and if I had to choose for a lit studies class any of these books, I probably would not choose any of these books for a lit studies class. And then the last book for our lit studies class is The Real Inspector Hound and Other Plays by Tom Stoppard, and I have no idea. I'm assuming this is a bunch of plays and everything, but I haven't really read plays before. I've read a lot of Shakespeare and everything, but other than that I haven't been big into plays, and so I'm really actually kind of interested into seeing where this is going to go. So for my Spanish class, it's just really one book, and it's an expensive book. So this little book right here cost me over $200, not because it was because it was the textbook, no, but because it had a code for an online homework. Just this little piece of paper cost me over $200. So then another class that I am taking is creative writing, and I'm absolutely in love with that class. That class is very open, it's very free-spiriting. I literally can pretty much write about whatever I want, and it's such an enjoyable class. I enjoy every single minute of my creative writing class. It's one of my longest classes, and it's only on a Monday and a Wednesday because it's a 2-hour-long class. But the book that we had to get for this is The Practice of Creative Writing, and out of all of my textbooks, I think by the end of the semester I'm keeping this textbook for sure. It's definitely has given me a lot of ideas for what I want to do for writing and everything, and NaNoWriMo is coming up soon, and I've heard a lot about it, and I kind of want to get into writing short stories and everything, and getting back into writing in general. And so this book is definitely going to help when November comes around and that all starts. And then for my last class, my survey of British literature in the medieval ages, this class is the most interesting. It's one of my most hardest classes out of this semester, just because of the fact that it's a lot of work, like as in you have to put in a lot of time, and you're reading things in Old English. It's complicated. And the book that we have for my British Lit class is the Broadway Anthology of British Literature, and it's volume A, 2nd edition, and this thing is huge. Like, look at it. It's ginormous. I bought it used just because of the fact that this book not used is over $200, and I wasn't about to spend $200 and some on a book that I most likely wasn't going to keep in general. So it's very interesting. We've read currently Beowulf, Lenval. We have read The Dreamer of the Rood. We've started the Canterbury Tales of Chaucer, and which is really, really interesting. Like, they're such great stories. And then we've also read Gawain and the Green Knight. I'm going to read to you what we're currently reading, and currently we are reading the Geoffrey Chaucer, and he is probably one of the most inspirational, I guess, writers of his time, and most, I guess, creative. Like, these fables that he created, it's complicated. I guess I would have to, like, literally take out my lecture notes just to talk to you about his writing style. But we are reading this all in Old English, or at least when English started to become sort of like it is now. So here is just a little bit of what I'm reading. So here's a passage from The Wife of Bath's prologue and tale, and this is part of Chaucer's writing. So, Yatare I levere wede novif tu ire. Abide, quod she, maitere is note bigone. Nay, thou shalt drinken of another tone. Ere that ego shall sovere worse than ale. So that is what I'm reading currently. There is a little bit of translations on the side when you read it, but other than that, you kind of are going off on your own. And alright guys, so those are all the books that I'm reading this semester for all of my classes. All of my classes are definitely really interesting. They are a lot of work. I've realized, like, I'm reading constantly and I'm writing papers. I'm reading about 2 to 3 essays a week, and then, like, gigantic papers, I'm writing them every other week. So it's definitely, this semester is definitely keeping me on my toes, and that's why, like, I struggle to read leisurely, because I'm exhausted by the end of the night, and I've, like, read all day, and I've gone to, like, 4 different English classes all day, and so it's like I'm mentally broken by the end of the night. But definitely leave your comments below and tell me if there's any of these textbooks that you've had for your own classes, or any of them that you actually are getting for your next semester classes. Also, definitely tell me, what college classes are you taking this semester? What is your major? What do you like about your major? Just, like, about school in general. Definitely leave your comments below. Also, guys, remember to like this video, give it a thumbs up, and definitely subscribe to my channel for more videos. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!